So many people are afraid of the kitchen. Don't be. Get in there and cook. A lot of what inspires me is my Mima. She would go in the kitchen and prepare meals which could feed an army, her army. And a lot of what she knew came from the amazing parents that raised her. Southern cuisine not only soothes my palate, but flows through my blood. From Mima, Papa, and Granny. Collards, neck bones, peach cobbler, grits and sausage for breakfast. All the things from my childhood, etched in my memory forever. It's my turn now to take the recipes I love and make some of them for the first time on camera. This is where Southern meets City, and I am Alexander Love. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we doing. What's up, everybody? It's Alexander motherfucking Love. Back at you with another YouTube cooking video. I'm really excited about this because I've been thinking about how I'm gonna do it, how I'm gonna, the procedure, how I'm gonna put this motherfucker together. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and talk about what we have, so you guys know what I have going into this cake, this little pie, this little no-bake cheesecake pie, whatever the fuck you wanna call it. I have my graham crackers, and I got the generic graham crackers because a graham cracker is a graham cracker to me. I know some of them might be a little bit more rich in flavor, taste, whatever the fuck, but a cookie is a cookie, tomato. But I got some generic crunch-a-delicious graham crackers right here. And I'm going to go ahead and, last time I crushed up some Nutter Butter cookies and put them in my crust. This time I'm going to crush up some Blondie Oreos and put them in there because I feel like strawberry, the lemony flavor, the strawberry, because I'm putting lemon in it, but the strawberry flavor will go great with a crust that has some Blondie cookies in it. So we're going to do that with our crust. We have our butter on the end so we can make our crust. We went ahead and got 3 packs of our cream cheese, our Philadelphia cream cheese. We have our sweetened condensed milk, probably one of the most important ingredients in this recipe because it just sweetens up the whole motherfucking thing. We have our strawberry glaze. Now this strawberry glaze is, for me, it's been hard to find, but I think it's because they put it in a container. Growing up, when I would make like strawberry shortcakes, I would get this and put this on top with strawberries, whipped cream, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, like that. And I would use this. This is just the glaze, not the strawberries. These were $2. This is also generic brand sweetened condensed milk. You can get the name brand shit if you want to, but it's your pocketbook. Your pocketbook is your pocketbook. Mine is mine. And then I actually have some whipped topping, some Cool Whip that I'm going to fold into it just to kind of make it a little bit more fluffy and not as dense and heavy. And the main ingredient of this whole motherfucking no-bake are these little Debbie Shortcake snacks right here. These little strawberry shortcakes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about these. Strawberries. We're going to do a nice little garnish or whatever on top and make it cute. First off, you motherfuckers need to make sure you subscribe, okay? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Like, comment, share as well, and subscribe, okay? Subscribe. If you want to see more of me, Alexander, subscribe, okay? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're here. We're here now. You guys are in the kitchen. Damn. And Mitch, I don't know where the fuck I put the opener at. Somewhere. Like a bitch is, I'm angry. I'm angry now. Looks like I'm gonna have to go without it. Damn, bruh. Put shit back where you got it from, Alexander. Fuck. It's that simple. Okay, so let's first wash our hands. Make sure y'all wash y'all dirty ass hands. Okay. Okay, so I got my hands all washed, and what I'm gonna do is, I know that last time I went ahead and I used a whole pack of these, I believe. Girl, I don't even know. We gonna see. I'm just gonna crush these bitches up right here in the pack like that. That's when I'll put them in a Ziploc bag. Fuck that. Work smarter, not harder. Use the packet come in. And see how they just fall out the bottom like that? Yeah. I think did I use 2 lots? Yeah, I probably used 2. So I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't look like enough. Not for a crust. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the crusting that shit up like that. It'll start to bust out the bottom. Watch. It's gonna start to bust out the bottom. Do let it fall in there as it please, as it may. Watch. Yep. You know, growing growing up, I used to always love cooking because it was like a happy place for me. Like being in the kitchen, this takes my mind off of a lot of different things. It allows me to kind of center myself. Can I make this shit taste good? Yes, I can, and you can too. And the last time I did put it in a Ziploc bag, because you're gonna get some crumbs on your hands, but that's okay. I just washed my hands, and yeah, I don't think of my ass or nothing. Well, I didn't today. Yeah, so we gonna just get in there. Y'all can see my bowl, can't you? Y'all can see my bowl. I'm gonna punch these bitches. I'm gonna get in here and punch that motherfucking ass. And keep it a buck, you can also put this in the food processor too. If you want a nice fine crust, like you just really want it to be, you know, real fine. Just trying to get your crust like a, get it like a sand-like consistency. And in a second, I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know if I told you guys this before, but cheesecake was one of the favorite things. I would taste things growing up, like whether my mom made them or whatever. I would just taste them, and then I would want to try to make it myself because I would want to know how to make it. And I think the biggest thing is I fell in love with the fact that food made me feel so good. I feel like it's a major sign in so many different, you know, cultures of love. It's a major sign of love in many cultures. What you guys can see here, I have my graham crackers, right? And it's like sand, and I got a couple big chunks in mine. I'm not gonna worry about that. It's like, you know, like clumps, just little clumps. But if you wanted to, you can food process it. And the last time I washed my hands, and the last time I did actually put it in a Ziploc bag and beat it up. So that works a little bit better because you can really kind of get it ground and get it like to a nice consistency. But to be 100% honest with you, I'm gonna do that with the cookies. I'm gonna put them in a Ziploc bag and kind of beat them up a little bit. And then after I do that and mix them in there and kind of keep mixing it, they should be at the right consistency. You got these little Beckies? Okay. Oh, I got double stuffed ones too. Didn't even realize it. Now some people would say, take the cream out the cookie. Take the cream out the cookie. Why? Why? I'm not doing that. I'm gonna keep all that shit in there because once again, it's gonna help bring that crust together, especially when you cook it, and it's gonna give it flavor. I'm gonna do, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I'm gonna do 15. I'm gonna use 15 of these Oreos. And I got a base. I don't use it as a base. I use it to hold my corks from my wine bottles. It's skinny. So I'm gonna use this base. Take all the air out. Whip it up. And we're gonna beat this bitch with a bottle. Get them started, you can just mush them. You see what I'm saying? That cream, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm mixing that in there. And we gonna see how it turned out. We gonna see. This is why I bet you need a rolling pin. But I told y'all, it's good for that. So you're getting them all nice and broken up. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna set this to the side. And what I'm gonna do now is actually go ahead and preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Because when we get done making this crust, we're gonna bake that crust in the oven to kind of bring all those ingredients together. I'm gonna do a little bit more crushing with my hand because they're pretty crushed. Yes, bitch, I want it on. Start. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop those in my bowl with my crust. So this is now gonna be a part of my crust. And if you got a little bit of that, the cookie icing that gets left in the bag, that's fine. That's okay. So that's to the side. And to keep it a buck, I really want to put my hand in this where they got that icing and shit. So if I get it this time, I might grab a glove. Just so I don't get the icing on my nail and shit. Gravity check! And you really just want to combine that cookie with that graham cracker. Because then what you're going to do is take this and press this in the pan after we add our butter. So any of those big chunks, kind of try to smash them up with your hand. Just bring that crust together. Remember what I always say, guys, don't be afraid of the kitchen, okay? Please don't be afraid of the kitchen. This is where you're supposed to get in there and just play around. Play around until you find something that makes you smile when you eat it. You're gonna have, like, in my case, I have like little chunks, a couple little chunks, but that's okay, okay? And you can crush them up, but for the most part, it's a sand-like consistency, all right? And if you want a food process, you can do that, but in this case, I like a couple of the big chunks. That is 15 Goldie cookies and 2 packs of those them crumb-diddly-umptious graham crackers that I got from Kroger. The next step, you know, I'm just gonna grab my little plastic 1-2-1-2, just a little 1-2 step, you know, nothing too stirrers. I'm gonna take some butter, and I think what I'm gonna do is start off with a half of a stick of butter. So I'm gonna throw this in my bowl. Set my butter to the side for a second. I'm gonna throw that in my bowl. We're gonna pop this in the microwave on about, let's do 20 seconds to start. You want to put some butter in here, some melted butter in here, until it starts to become like wet sand. You guys know how when you're making a sandcastle, that's pretty much what you want it to be, because you're going to take this exact same mixture and form it into your pan to create your crust. Now when we put it in the oven, what that does is it melts the butter, and then as that crust cools, it hardens together. So we broke everything down only to put it back together to make that crust for our pie or cake, no bake, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We got our butter melted. Now this is a half a stick of butter to start. So we're gonna go ahead and pour that in there. A little lump, but it's cool, bitch, it'll melt. And then take your spoon and start to mix it. And this step 2, if you really want to, you can use your hands. Put some gloves on, because now you're starting to add liquids, and it's not gonna just be crumbs on your hands, it's gonna be those liquids on your hands as well. So it's mixing in, and it's starting to clump a little bit, but it's still kind of sand-like, right? But it's getting clumpy. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this butter in again. And like I said, you want it to start to come together, and it's a lot more clumpy now. If you guys never made a sandcastle, first off, go on vacation and make one. It's coming together, so like, I'm gonna put my hand in here. So like when you do it, you see how that is? It's still kind of falling apart a little bit. I don't want that. I don't want it to fall apart like that. I want it to form. I want it to stay formed when I take a ball of it and kind of press it. With the amount of graham crackers and cookies that I used, like the 2 packs of the graham crackers, crumb-diddly-umptious graham crackers, yeah, delicious. I'm saying delicious is delicious, but a bitch can't read. With that, 2 packs of those, and then 15 of those Becky's, you want to make sure that you just do half a stick of butter at a time until it forms how you want it to form, okay? Don't put in a whole bunch of butter, because if it gets to where it's like too buttery, then you have a mess. Just do a half a stick at a time until it gets to the consistency that you're looking for. Okay, so we got that going. And then to keep it a buck, at this point, after this half stick, if I have to use the other half of that stick, then you're pretty much going to go ahead and just use a cup of butter for the exact same measurements that I gave you guys, okay? So another half stick, mix that in, because it's coming together. I think we might just go ahead and put that other half stick, because what you guys can see, when I go like this, you see how before it was falling apart and now it's staying kind of together? When I go like that, that's what you want. So we're gonna go ahead and put one more half stick of butter in. That's a cup of butter so far, because a cup of butter is 2 sticks. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this last little half stick in, and we're gonna mix that in. And now it's talking. Let's smell that. Ooh, that smells so good. Now it's getting to where when you press it in that bowl, it's hot, bitch. It's hot. See that? So now, take some. Let me show you. And you press it in your hand. See? Yeah, that's what you want. Like wet sand, baby. Wet sand. We can make sand castles out of that shit. Or graham cracker castles. I need a springform pan. Damn. I should have prepped that. I got magic powers. Watch this. Whoa! There we go. I got a springform springform pan. So what we're gonna do is take our springform pan, and there's already butter in our crust, so we really don't need to butter it. You gotta think, as that crust gets hot in the oven, that butter gonna melt and it should not stick. All right, if you want to, for extra preparation or extra touch, you can go ahead and spray that bitch down. Just for the motherfuckers that just wanna be scary. Ah, booyah! And we're gonna go ahead and take our graham cracker crust and just pour it in that pan. The bitch acts like she don't wanna put her hands in there. Yeah. You're gonna slowly be pressing it up the sides. So what I would do is press it up the sides first, and I'm about to show y'all to start to form it, and then you can always go back and add more crust to the bottom. So last time I didn't put enough butter. I did not put nearly as enough butter for my peanut butter pie. I think I was probably like a half a stick, maybe even a whole stick short. It was still good, but you learn, right? You learn. As you guys can see, just like sand, it's holding along the wall, right? So I went ahead and pressed it up along the wall first, almost all the way up around the top, and then I can pour the rest of it in the bottom and flatten it out. So that way, it's not just thick in this corner part. It's the same thickness around the bottom, the sides, and the corner. Take some more crust, drop it in the bottom, and then you can take that crust and just sit it up along the edge where you have, like you want to get it all the way to the top, because we're gonna fill this up. We're gonna fill this up. Oh guys, I am so excited about this crust. Like I can already, just from making my adjustments compared to last time, like I can already tell that this one's gonna be better. I just put a little bit more thought in it. So the wall for it is pretty much built, and then I got just enough to go ahead and drop in the bottom and just get that bottom made. So then we're gonna just press this bottom out. Make sure that's nice and flat. And you're gonna do this until the whole thing's covered up. Then go ahead and press in the corners. And then spread it out. If you see any little spots in the bottom, kind of spread it out until it's fat, packed full. I do keep changing from pie to whatever because it's not a cake. It's technically not a cake. I'm really not baking anything but the crust. I'm not baking my filling. It's no bake. I just want to make sure the shit popping. That's it. Okay, so now you got your cheesecake crust all in that pan. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that, baby? Do y'all see that, baby? Can y'all get into that? Alright. A bitch trying to make it perfect. But it's perfect the moment I touch it, baby. Just like it'll be when you make it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in my preheated oven for about, I say, maybe 10, 15, 17 minutes, or until you smell that shit cooking. You know, just until it starts to melt that butter, so when it cools back down, it brings everything back together. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we put our crust in the oven so it can, you know, start to marinate and do what the fuck it's supposed to do. You know, it's getting marinated in there right now. It's in there fucking coming together. With that crust, you can do a lot of different things. And I suggest that you guys learn how to make your own crust. You can customize it however you want to. You can use whatever cookies you want to use. Because, you know, the Oreo brand, they got shit. I mean, they have so many different flavors. They got mint. You can do a lot. Okay, so just let your imagination just run wild. And just come up with whatever kind of no-bake cheesecake or baked cheesecake that you want, or pie or whatever, and just play with it. It's seriously just you getting in the kitchen and having a fucking blast, okay? I'm going to go wash my hands, clean my bowl. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and start that filling, and then we're going to bring it together, freeze it for a few hours, and then after that, we're going to taste it, okay? So stay tuned. Don't go any fucking where, and if you have not already, make sure you subscribe. Now! Okay, I went ahead and cleaned up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and drop all of our cream cheese blocks into our bowl. So we're gonna open these bitches up right in, just like that. Drop it right in, throw that to the side, I'll get it later. And I always use 3. If you guys get those pre-made crusts, you can get those. I mean, if you're doing this with kids, I think you should just do everything from scratch, but it's fun. It really is fun from the beginning to the end. All that crust right now in the oven, and it smells absolutely amazing. It smells sweet from all that icing that I left in there, and the cookie, it smells so good. And all that butter, it smells so good. Oh yeah, she cooking. We're gonna let her cook for another about probably 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want to burn it or overcook it because then when it sets, it'll be really hard and crunchy. But you want that shit to you want it to warm up, okay? You want it to warm up. All right, so we put our 3 blocks of cream cheese in there. And then this right here, the sweetened condensed milk, it really is milk and sugar. So cream cheese has that tart taste to it. Not tart. Well, I don't know how you would describe cream cheese. I don't know compared to this milk because this is milk products, but the sweetened condensed milk has sugar, and that's what's gonna make it sweet. And one thing that I'm gonna have to start looking up here really soon because I am pre-diabetic, and I really should be watching all of my sugars and stuff. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to try to start figuring out better ways, like as in now, not today, but I'm gonna have to start figuring out better ways to make certain things just to make them better and more diabetes friendly. I think that's gonna definitely be something I'm gonna have to do. And they do have that sweet condensed milk, fat-free, sugar-free. Not sugar-free, I think it's just fat-free, but there's options once you learn how to make things like the basic way, just learn the basic steps. You can go and customize. Learn the basics first. Okay, so we put that sweet condensed milk in there, and I only added 1 can for 3 blocks of cream cheese to start, just to see how it's tasting. You don't want to add too much because that can really thin out your filling, and you want to kind of have it firm. So we're gonna mix this all, add some stuff, and then if it needs more, then we'll go ahead and add some more. Go ahead and get her nice and going. Get her one that. My bitch, get her running. She ready. She ready. Now I remember trying to do this without no mixer growing up, and it was lumpy as fuck. Don't do that. Let's check it. And what that's doing is it's bringing all that together. So we're gonna pop that back in there. What I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it in the oven and turn the oven off. And I'm just gonna leave it in there for another 5 to 10 minutes because the oven is still really hot. As you can see the smoke coming out of it because I didn't burn something in there earlier and it's in there burning now. I'm not trying to get too smoky up in this bitch. I got the fan going. We're gonna turn the oven off and keep it in there. It's starting to bring that crust together now though. You know that I have 3 sticks of cream cheese, and I have 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead, and I'm about to eyeball this, but this is gonna be probably a stew of lemon juice because it's gonna be a strawberry shortcake, no bake cheesecake. I'm gonna add probably about a tablespoon of lemon juice to start. Did I say a tablespoon? I'm gonna add a teaspoon of lemon juice to start and mix that in. Since I licked that finger, I'm not going to use that same finger again. I'm just going to grab a spoon, coat the back of that spoon. That's good. That's good. And I think what I'm going to do, I added 1 can, which is 14 ounces of the sweetened condensed milk. So I'm going to add probably 1/3 of a can more. Just 1/3 of a can more, so 1 1/3 cup of sweetened condensed milk to 3 sticks of butter. So probably about 1/3 of a cup to each stick or of cream cheese. I'm gonna set that to the side, mix that in. We're gonna use a different finger to taste it this time, so don't be judging me. There we go. That's getting sweet. I like that. And I think now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set that to the side. We're going to set the cream cheese mix to the side. Time to take these. Now I ate 2 of these, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in a bowl. It's all smoky in here now, y'all. There was something burning in the bottom of that oven. I'm going to put them in a bowl, drop it in there. Drop that in there. Drop that in there. Y'all about to see what I'm about to do. Watch. Drop that one in there in that bowl. My crust is sitting in there, and I think what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and pull it out and sit it on the stove so it can start to cool back down. As you guys can see, it brought it all together. So now what I'm gonna do is with the same spoon that I used earlier for my graham crackers, I'm just gonna take those and just kind of start to mush them up. Oh. What we're gonna do is fold this in to our cheesecake filling. So you guys see how, and you could have food processed it, but it would have been a waste of time because this is already kind of like, it's already thick, as you guys can see, right? And then I dropped some, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna slide this mixture I got right here, right? And I'm gonna take my mashed up strawberry shortcake and I'm gonna dump it in there. So look, that's what it starts to look like. Y'all see that? I'm gonna zoom in for y'all. Y'all see that? Okay, so then we're gonna just fold that in. You can go ahead and mix it, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna start to make your filling pink. Like, y'all have no idea how excited the bitch is about this strawberry shortcake motherfucking no-bake, bitch. I'm gonna fuck little Debbie up tonight, bitch. As you guys can see, it turns to a pretty little light pink color. It looks so good. So it has those cake pieces mixed into it. So I guess I can call it a cheesecake. I'm probably gonna go ahead and add, let's do two more. Let's do two more because we really want this to be a strawberry shortcake, little Debbie cheesecake, no bake, bitch. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in my bowl. I'm gonna add two more to the mixture. And since you are adding such a sweet kind of thing to it, you could have just stuck with 1 can of sweetened condensed milk because as you bite this and eat it, you're gonna be tasting that sweet little Debbie. So that's sweet little Debbie. What I'm gonna do now, it's really important that you taste it before, as you're adding ingredients in, so step by step, phase by phase, so you can get it to your liking before moving on to the next ingredient. So that actually looks really fucking good. What I'm gonna do now is go ahead and take another fork, dip it in there, get a nice little big piece. Y'all. When I say that shit slap. Oh, wow. Oh, that shit is so good. Y'all really gotta try this shit. Like, I'm really not even sitting up here trying to flex because I'm shooting this video or whatever. This shit is slap just off that one little bite. Okay, so we got that. Now, let me pull it together. Shit. So what I have here, I let this Cool Whip sit out for a little bit, okay? Just so it can get nice and soft so you can just mix it in. I'm gonna mix in probably like, this was probably like a half of a container worth. So with this, you fold it. You don't mix it and beat it because it's already, you know, light and fluffy. Just fold that in and just scrape the sides and just keep folding that in. And what that's gonna do is just kind of make it a little bit light and a little bit fluffy. I think what I'm gonna do, because it's glazed with that filling, I want it to be something real nice, okay? I want you to sit back and savor. I want you to sit back and just relax. I want you to sit back and think about strawberry clouds, bitch. I want you to think about strawberry rivers, bitch. I want you to turn into a strawberry when you eat this. So I got 2 of these, and these are 13.5 ounces each. I'm gonna take some of that strawberry and just spread it all on the bottom of that crust. So you're getting a layer of that strawberry in that crust. Spread it all up those sides. So then what you're gonna have is you're gonna have that nice blondie Becky crust. I'm gonna call it the Becky crust. You're gonna have that beautiful Becky crust. And then what you're gonna do, let me show y'all. So you see it. Then what we gonna do, I'm gonna spoon this in. Just like that. You're gonna spoon her in. You're gonna fill her or spread her out. Him or her, we gender neutral. Spread them out. Fill them up. Yep. And I got it sitting on the end. I got it sitting right on the end of the counter. If my mom was watching this right now, she would flip on me. She's like, boy, scoot that back. Scoot that shit back before it fall. It ain't gonna fall though. And we gonna just fill that all the way up. And I told y'all, with this spring form, 3 blocks of cream cheese will get you together. You don't want no cheesecake where you got more crust than cake, baby. I'm gonna put all but like a half cup of this in there, cause I'm gonna go back and eat the rest of it here in a second. You have, I'm gonna lick it. I'm gonna lick the fuck out that bowl, bitch. I wanna lick that spoon now. The fuck? You know what? I'm gonna take this one out and put this in the thing to the side, and then I'm gonna get my old spoon. I'm just gonna do this. That shit slap. Y'all give me a second. I'll be back. Let me clean it up a little bit. Let me clean this bowl real quick. I'll be back. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to figure out how we want to garnish this. Go ahead. I washed my strawberries off. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the green part off of the strawberry. Need some juicy ass strawberries, baby. This one had a booty on it. Look. She knows she thick. Look. Okay, so look at her. Look at her. She's so wingy, bitch. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these like circles. This one a booty, so it's not gonna come out the same. And then I'm gonna take these little. Oh shit! I dropped those. I'm gonna take these. Now, if y'all can see, y'all can probably see off to the side. And I'm gonna start just sitting those around the cheesecake. Like that. You guys see it? Okay. I'm gonna sit those around the cheesecake like that. And then give them a nice little pretty edge on it. Make her like that. And fill her in where I see fit. So now that's gonna be that. I'm gonna have it like that. I'm gonna show y'all. See that? It's pretty, right? Okay. Then what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take some glaze and put some glaze over it. Now what we gonna do, you're gonna pour it, I'm gonna pour it. And then I'm about to just let it kinda fill the middle. I'm gonna pour it around the top. Is she starting to get pretty? Like I'm putting makeup on her ass or whatever. She cute. See, this is the part where it's kind of hit or miss. Like literally, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm pretty sure my chef friends would have had some suggestions as to how to garnish the top, but I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. It's the fun part. Like there's no right or wrong way to do this. You're just doing it to your liking. You know what I mean? You're doing it to your liking. Shit, Patty LaBelle ain't got shit on me, nigga, though. I can put this bitch up in Wally World. So I think what I'm gonna do now is these little strawberries that they weren't really like circles, like full circles. I'm gonna go ahead and just chop those up. Get those nice and diced. And then I'm gonna pick them up and just very lightly drizzle some of those right in that middle center part. You don't want to just plop them. You know what I mean? You want to make it. You want to have some sort of uniform look throughout the top of that. Now, guys, if I'm doing this with a no-bake, bitch, wait till I learn how to bake these like properly. Wait till I learn how to bake a cheesecake where it's still moist. You know what I mean? It's gonna be game the fuck over. And that's like a nice soft, like little, it's strawberry, but it's not too sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and use my roommate Matt's food processor for this because I don't want them mashed. I want them to be very uniform. And I think what I'm gonna do, guys, I think I might scrape the filling out because I don't want it to be, I just want it to be the crumbs. And when you gotta think too, this is gonna absorb, that strawberry is gonna absorb into these cookies too. So I don't want it to be a mushy mess. Put that off, throw that in. Got a little bit, it's okay. And you don't need many. I think I'm just gonna use like probably 4 or 5 cookies. Okay, take that. And then what we're gonna do, take this. Ooh. Bitch, I like toys. Yeah, man. up, baby. You could have very easily did this when you put it in your crust too. We're gonna just take them and just put them right on top. We're gonna be heavy-handed like a bitch, like me though. Do it pretty. Do it pretty, like you give a fuck about it. Oh, I can put a heart and a strawberry right in the middle, bitch. That's gonna be so cute. And then to wrap this video up, y'all, cause we getting to the end. Wait, we getting to the end. Damn, how can you make a heart? Oh, y'all bitches is mad. Oh, y'all bitches some haters. Okay, we gonna drop that heart right there. Boop. We gonna take one more and kind of sit it just like that. Voila. Oh, y'all, I'm so proud. See that? Look how pretty. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the freezer. It's 3:39 right now. I'll probably keep it in the freezer till about 7. That's about 3.5 hours. I would suggest you keep it in the freezer overnight and then take it out and let it kind of just defrost and thaw a little bit in the refrigerator. And then you can cut it. And it should not slide. It shouldn't do none of that shit. It should just cut. You should have a nice big piece of cheesecake. I made some space in my freezer. Oh, she cute. What should I name her? Should I name her Debbie? Or should I name her Becky? Anyway, if you guys like this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, okay? Once again, my name is Alexander Love. That's all. I'm out. Those strawberries good as fuck.